Welcome back to This ADHD Life. I'm Keith Griffin, ADHD coach to my iPhone. How are you doing today? And I have to say, I'm doing well myself. I'm trying something new in that I'm actually recording this episode at least a week ahead of time when it's supposed to be released. So if you remember a couple episodes ago, I mentioned that there was a gentleman that said, "Hey, Keith, your audio is not all it could be, and I want to help you get it to be all that it can do. I want it to help it live it up to its potential." And so I'm recording this episode so I can send it to him and he can dazzle me with his wares and maybe become the audio engineer for This ADHD Life. Man, imagine that on your business card. So we'll see how it goes. I generally shy away from doing this stuff, this pre-planned stuff, because it just doesn't feel as, I want to say, genuine to me. But then again, there's a point to doing it, because when we prepare things ahead of time, and as I record this is Thanksgiving week, so there's plenty of people out there, my friend Matt among them, preparing side dishes days ahead of time. Now, to me, I just found out that Thanksgiving is until 4 p.m., so I don't have to make the cauliflower casserole till like 10 a.m. on Thursday. But there's a point to planning and doing stuff ahead of time, so we're going to see how this works out. But this got me to thinking about neurotypicality versus ADHD and what do we strive for as ADHDers, and as ADHD coaches, what do we strive for our ADHD clients? Man, I just said ADHD about 5 times. Please tell me there's not an ADHD drinking game for This ADHD Life, because if so, you might want to hit stop now. But it really did get me thinking about what is it that we're trying to strive for? Are we trying to be quote unquote normal? And when I say normal, it means a person without ADHD. I don't know that I consider that normal, but are we trying to get ourselves to be the people we see around us every day, the people that wake up at 6:30 every day or 5 a.m. every day, the people that work out every day, the people that plan their meals ahead of time, the people that don't get bored with the same lunch day after day after day? Or are we trying to identify our unique talents and strengths? Are we trying to live from what I'm going to call our ADHD truth? Are we trying to adapt ourselves to the neurotypical world in the ways in which we must, but at the same time understand how our ADHD impacts us and what the positives are of our ADHD? And I know this flies in the face of ADHD as a disorder, but if you think about it, there are some strengths to ADHD. So what's the answer to the question? Are we just trying to be neurotypical? Are we trying to live with comfort in our own ADHD bodies and minds? I would say the answer is both. We're trying to do both things. And when I think about my coaching clients, that certainly is what I'm striving for in their lives. I've mentioned the closet of bullshit before. And now that I've said the F word, I get to say bullshit. It's a bullshit closet. And if you're new to the show, I'm going to describe it briefly. And if you're old to the show, well, I apologize. You've probably forgotten what I've said anyway. But the bullshit closet is this idea that everybody in life walks around with a closet in which we can place bullshit. Things that we just really don't understand, but we're willing to do anyway because it makes other people happy, or you kind of sort of have to do it. Like paying taxes might be one of these things that we wedge into our bullshit closet. Driving the speed limit might be another one that we wedge into our bullshit closet. Dealing with the environment around us might be considered bullshit. Political environment, healthcare systems, struggles to get our pills and medications, nutrition, family systems, like all of this stuff. There's a certain amount of bullshit swirling within our worlds that we have to deal with. And someone without ADHD, I would say, has a California closet, big walk-in closet size of places to put all this bullshit. And it's very well organized. They got baskets and racks and closets and hangers. Although please don't picture hanging bullshit at this point. Whereas folks with ADHD like myself, we have a pantry size closet or maybe a janitorial size closet, which means we have to be really, really careful with the amount of bullshit that we allow into our lives. And it has to be really important bullshit. And man, I wish I could make the episode titled Important Bullshit. Something tells me Apple wouldn't like that, but it's actually true. So if we are forcing ourselves to wake up early every morning, we have to really get behind why we're doing that we have a job maybe that we're going to that is absolutely essential. We're going to get fired if we don't get in that early. But if you do that, then you might not be able to make the best nutritional choices at lunchtime. But how many times in a day have you tried to force yourself to do all of this stuff that your brain really doesn't get, but it's going to do anyway because you think it has to be done, and you're trying to please people and trying to please yourself and trying to apply all of these learnings that you've had over the past months? How many times do you wind up at the end of the day feeling like you have no energy because you've crammed all this bullshit in, and feeling bad about yourself because there's this whole other mound of bullshit that you didn't allow in? So my challenge for you this week, and apparently this is now becoming a thing, at least as I record 2 of these episodes on the same day. My challenge for you this week is to consider the areas in your life that truly are important to you, and the areas that you are really rebelling against your brain and forcing yourself to do some things. So for example, on Thursdays, my day off, the last thing I want to do is take my dog out for a walk. I just want to have a nice ass imprint on my couch. I want to catch up on YouTube videos, Shark Tank. I want to do some reading. And what I don't want to do is go out with my dog Daisy. That just does not sound fun to me. Yet I do force myself to do it every Thursday. Other days of the week, it's actually fairly easy because I have a routine around it, and I enjoy taking her out, and it's a nice break to my day. And so I guess the point here is that different days, different things might seem like complete BS to you. Isn't that an interesting question? So bonus points if you then also think about days that you're willing to handle whatever the BS areas in your life are versus days that you're not. Another example of this is with grocery shopping. I do very poorly at a grocery store during the weekends because there's just too many people. I wind up overstimulated and angry. So I tend to do grocery shopping at the first part of the week or later part of the week or Sunday nights. If you've not been shopping on Sunday nights, my God, no one is there because they're all home, washing their kids in the bathtub or doing their hair or whatever people do these days on Sunday nights. You might find me grocery shopping. So two challenges for you. What are you allowing into your life that you consider utter BS that might be able to be removed from your life, or at the very least could be transformed from BS into something you enjoy doing? And that's the second part to this, which is if there are things that you are doing because your partner wishes you did them, or a parent wishes you did them, or your boss wishes you did them, maybe there's an opportunity for some conversation for you to better understand why it is they want you to be dealing with this BS in the first place. So, for example, if you are getting up early every Saturday because your spouse just wants that, well, what's the reasoning behind it? Is it that they're missing out on time with you? Is it that they want to go out to breakfast with you? Or is it just that they're forcing themselves to get up? And so if I have to force myself to get up, damn it, I'm going to make you get up as well. You might find an interesting sort of tidbit in there as to why they want you to get up. It might be that they just miss you and that they really enjoy having as much of the weekend with you as possible. And think about it. How much different would your approach to waking up early on the weekends be if your loved one said, I really just miss you and I want to be with you, versus, no, I just expect you to get up at 9:30 every Saturday. And that voice is not indicative of your partner or my partner. It's just a voice I came up with, but feel free to use it in your head anytime you want to. So I hope this episode was a little bit helpful. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. You can always write me at info@thisadhdlife.com, send me a tweet, post on the Facebook group, send me a Snapchat, comment on the website, thisadhdlife.com. There'll be a post for this podcast. And of course on YouTube, if you're listening there, you can always comment below. And if you're there, bonus points again for clicking like, subscribe, hitting the bell, and then going buying a box of tricks. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you have some BS that you want to share with me that you're not willing to let into your life anymore, feel free to send that on as well. I'll properly recycle the BS. I hope you're having a great time no matter when and where you're listening to this. Hope you are well, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Oops, I almost forgot. If you received an Amazon Echo device during Black Friday, if you went out and bought one, hey, try this. Try saying the words, Alexa, Open This ADHD Life. You might just get a tip about ADHD, and hopefully you're listening. Well, you will be listening to this after I've added a bunch more stuff. But I'm happy to announce there's a This ADHD Life skill on the Amazon App Store for Alexa. The funny story behind that is I basically coded a skill so I could get a free Echo Dot. And I'm realizing that I should probably be proud of the fact that I did code a skill as well. However, do try that. Alexa, open This ADHD Life. And of course, my apologies if I just triggered your Echo device twice by saying that. I really should have thought better of that. Anyway, try it out. And if you have a favorite ADHD tip that you'd like to hear in the Alexa skill, send it over to info@thisadhdlife.com and I will incorporate it into the skill. Thanks in advance. I'll talk to you next time.